Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're back today with another rebuild, and this time we're going down to the Sky Bet Championship again as we go and look at Leeds United. Of course, Leeds were relegated last season from the Premier League, and we're looking to take Leeds now back from the Championship, back to the Premier League, and back fighting for European football once more like they did a good couple of years ago. So let's dive in at season number 1 and see how we're going to set this team up going into the first season. Right, so here we go then. We're for day 1 now at Leeds United, of course, being the Sky Bet Championship. You can see here on this side here, Birmingham, Blackburn, Bristol City, and many more in the Championship. It's going to be a hard season, but I do feel this Leeds team is more than capable of getting promoted in the first season. Of course, some big players in the team, the likes of Koch, Harrison, Rocker, we're all going out on loan this season. We're missing a bit of key players there, but I do feel there's some good depth in this team and can see us get promoted in just the first season. The likes of Meslier and goals been an absolute stonewall for Leeds now for a couple of seasons. He looks really good in game as well. Someone I've been trying to use a lot this year in Meslier and goal for me during my rebuilds, or even during our Twitch, say twitch.tv/MurphFM. So Meslier, great keeper. Lucky to have him between the sticks. Gnotto will be the interesting one, though. Of course, he wanted to force him move away in the summer. Leeds fans, would you get him back in the team in real life right now, personally? I would if I were you guys, because he looks absolutely insane in FM. He is really good in real life. But of course, he did want to move away. So it makes you think, will he be fully there? We don't know. But he will be a start for us, and we'll get into the tactic in just a short moment. But I want to touch on Joe Roden, of course. Coming in from loan from Spurs for this season. Great defender, good jump and reach, very tall, 6'4". He's very versatile on that defence as well. I reckon he could play more of a full-back position if we really need on the right-back position. There's enough there to do that for him as well, but I will be playing as a centre-back for us this season. And of course, the tactic itself, you're going to be using the MurphFM 4-2-4 overload formation. Of course, released this tactic a few weeks ago now. We've already penciled in Bamford and Gnotto to start, and Joe Roden is going to be the other one I'm going to lock in here, and then we will simulate, of course, the first season and see how we get on with Leeds. I do feel like we're the favourites to go up, so let's see what happens at the end of season number 1. So, season number 1 in the bag, and of course, using the tactic, using the team that was already set in place by Leeds in real life. We have came second in the league, but there's something else I'll probably touch on first. We won the FA Cup. How on earth have we took Leeds United in the Championship to win the FA Cup? They beat Arsenal in the final 2-1. Starting things off, it was a Leeds goal, nice and early on here. Sintero gets the ball on the left-hand side, puts it through, over the top. Gnotto lays it off. Jorginho taps it home, 1-0 to Leeds United. After just 8 minutes on the FA Cup final, we took an early lead, and then we went and got a second not long after in the second half. 60th minute this time, Somerville on the right hand side puts it across the box this time, and the tapping is there for Gnotto to make it 2. Arsenal to give one back, but we'll take it a 2-1 victory, and Leeds United win the FA Cup in season number 1 whilst in the Sky Bet Championship. But it's that league form as well, which is going to be really important. Of course, winning the FA Cup is great and all, but does it get you in the Premier League? It does not, but this does though. Coming second in the league behind Leicester by 5 points. Leicester getting 117 points is absolutely insane, by the way, and 109 goals, but our goals for is so much better. In 46 games, Leeds won 36, drawing 4, losing 6 all season. We scored a monster 128 goals this season, conceding 43, and 112 points. We get second place, and we're promoted back to that Premier League. Some of the standout performances this season as well, though. Patrick Bamford backed at 27 goals this season with 12 assists. What a season for him. Luis Sinstera as well got 11 goals. Sorry, 13 goals even with 11 assists in there as well. And this one as well, Stuart Dallas. He bagged at 26 assists this season. That's absolutely insane. Jorginho Rutter getting 14 goals as well. Gnotto getting 20 goals. And then even down here, Sam Greenwood bagged 29 goals in there. Top goal scorer out. Sam Greenwood, 29 goals this season. I didn't think he'd be a starting striker, but he ended up starting quite a few games for us, and now it looks very good in game. He's developing quite nicely and is slowly becoming our starting striker for us. Of course, in that 4 up front, we've got them 2 wingers, them 2 strikers, a lot of attacking players, and we're getting a hell of a lot of goals to prove it. A great first season for Leeds, back into the Premier League, and winning the FA Cup. That's not a bad way to start this rebuild. Let's go ahead now to the start of season number 2. We do have a grand total of 54 million to spend. Let's see how we can spend that money. So we come back now to the start of season number 2. Of course, we do have the Community Shield after winning the FA Cup, taking on Liverpool, who won the Premier League last season. So that should be a bit of an interesting clash. But I mean, schedule-wise, pre-season, we beat Sporting 3-0, we beat Lazio 5-0. So we're looking pretty darn strong. And of course, we had quite a lot of money to spend. There's still quite a lot left. We haven't spent it all just yet, but we're looking pretty good with the transfers we have bought in so far. And onto those transfers, we will go outgoings first. So Jack Harrison left the club for 22 million to Everton. That being the big one, really. Rasmus Christensen left for Al Ittihad as well in Saudi Arabia, 15 million. A few freebies, a few low moves. Nothing really massive happening there. But I should probably touch on this one first. So Patrick Bamford. We've loaned him out to Saudi Arabia. You're probably thinking, why not if you loaned him out to Al Sadd? He wanted to go, honestly, and I thought we could probably get better than him. He's on quite a lot of money already at the club, 94 grand a week. He's turning 30, well, just turned 30 now in game. He will be joining him on a permanent deal that end that loan deal as well. And I do feel like we've done enough now to replace him going forward. I mean, we saw the goals last season. Greenwood got a lot of goals, Gunnar got a lot of goals. We do have other players who can get those goals. And at 30 years of age, I sung his praise at the start of the video. Paddy Bamford, you're out the door. But let's touch upon what we've been doing over our transfer business, of course. First off, we got a loan in for Mickey van der Ven from Spurs. Of course, last season we took Joe Rodon. He's last signed a permanent deal. Mickey van der Ven was available for a loan. So again, we gone back to Spurs and took another one of their players. Of course, we mentioned just a minute ago as well about that guy, Joe Rodon. 7.5 million, not a bad bit of business. Papa Gay came from Marseille on a free transfer. He's going to be pretty useful, good midfielder in the game this year. Looks really versatile as well. Can play that defensive role, can play that midfield role as well. So Papa Gay comes in. Josh Brownhill on a free transfer, formerly of Bristol City and Burnley, was available, 28 years of age. Good versatility for the midfield as well. He joins us as well. Kjell Strupping comes in on a free transfer. He's been around some Belgium league clubs, been at Brighton previously, backup goalkeeper. Looks pretty decent for 40, like for around 10, 11 million. Not bad on a free transfer. He looks pretty darn useful. Brandon Williams came in next, of course, from Manchester United. He was available on a free transfer, so we only got Brandon Williams, and he's going to be our starting right back for the new season. Emil Kraft then comes in as our backup right back now. I mentioned that we'd brought in Brandon Williams dust. Kraft comes in now, was at Newcastle, got loaned out to Girona last season, free transfer. Snap him up, get him through the door, and then we went on to the money. We started spending the money massively. Timothy Pempembe came in first. You're probably thinking, why is he signed the third right back? Pempembe can play centre back technically in my eyes, I do feel like. I know he's only 6 foot, jumping reach of 13, but again, he's more one for the future. He's 21 years of age, he's going to develop. Got quite cheap as well. I mean, like I said, for the price we got him for, 1.7 million, I do feel that we can definitely redevelop him. I mean, he'll be valued between 14 and 18 million already. He's already wanted, so I mean, we could sell him within the first year, quite possibly. But then we got Lucas Astaldi. This guy looks really, really good. I've noticed him on a few saves this year. I've seen him around. I've been like, at some point, we need to try him out. We've got him in. Not a bad little transfer fee as well of 3.2 million. He looks pretty darn good for midfield as well. Can play out wide, can play through the middle. I like the acceleration, the agility. First touch pretty good as well. The flair 15 as well. What is not to like about this guy? Joe Rodon touched on already, 7.5 million joining after that low move from Spurs. And then Sandri from Santos for 8.75 million. 21-year-old, can play CN, can play DM. We've got a lot of depth in that midfield now, and he's going to be one of the ones possibly starting and being our main guy going forward. We brought in Kian Jim Fitz as well from Ajax as well. Really good midfielder, can play out wide, can play through the middle as well. I do quite like him. I'm using him in my rebuild right now. I'm currently working on Ajax in my Glory Hunter save, and he looks pretty darn good, so worth looking at him. And then Fabio Vieira being the big one for 22 million coming in from Arsenal. Can play on the left, can play on the right, can play through the middle as well if we do decide to go a bit more attacking through the middle, but he's a pretty good player, 24 years of age, very versatile, great on both feet. It seemed like a no-brainer to bring Vieira in. So in terms of the new season, this is how we're lining up. I got a lot of goals this season. I'm giving him the chance to start this season up front. Mignonato next to him, Vieira, Sinisterra. Rocket now back from his loan move. He is back in now and he's playing that DLP role with Brownhill beside him. Dallas, Rodon, Stundrick and Williams. I'm probably on the left back. I did think about it for a little bit. I thought, you know what? Dallas did really good last season. He bagged so many assists. Why have we replaced him? Why have we bought 3 right backs? You could ask as well. Who knows? But Williams going to come in now into the left back position. Dallas stays on the right back. And Meslier, of course, remains in net. Greenwood may start of a rut, possibly there still. Who knows? But we'll see how it goes. And we see him ahead now to the end of season number 2. Right, we're back for the end of season 2. You're probably wondering, why are we looking at Patrick Bamford? We loaned Patrick Bamford out to Al Sadd, and he's joining them on a permanent deal. He wasn't getting played realistically. He's on 94 grand a week, and I thought he's turned 30 now. Manchester feature fee of 15 million. We can get rid of that wage of the wage budget. So, Leeds fans, I'm sorry, but Paddy Bamford, he is out the door already. But yeah, you'll know why in a second. Let's dive into that then, shall we? Because this season, we finished 7th in the Premier League. It's going to the league form first, and we can go through Europe and what happened in the cup competitions after that. So yeah, league form, a great first season back in the Premier League. Season number 2, our first one in the Premier League, though. We came 7th in the Premier League straight away after getting newly promoted. In 38 games, winning 17, drawing 7, only losing 14 all season, scoring 67 goals, but we did concede a monster 65 goals. That's more than even teams like Everton who got relegated this season. So defensively, we got some work to do. We do have some work to do here at Leeds, but European football, We're in the Conference League next year, so we're going to stay in European football 2 years on the trot, which is quite nice for Leeds. Europa League, we got knocked out in the round of 16 in the end. We got as far as the round of 16 before taking on Feyenoord, and we lost 6-2 on aggregate in that one. But we did get out of our group. That's the main thing, though, I thought as well. Do like about that. Group B, we only lost one game, playing 6, won 5, lost 1. That was too little. We went away from home. But we did score 20 goals though in 6 games, which is it's pretty impressive when you're putting 11 past Athletic, 5 past Basel, even putting 4 past Lille. In terms of the other cups now, we go to the Community Shield third. We got the runner-up. We didn't beat Liverpool in that Community Shield in the end. We got as far as the final, of course, after winning the FA Cup and then losing 3-0 in that one to the Liverpool team. The semi-final of the FA Cup, it went down to Brentford, Leeds, Everton, and Man City. Everton had been relegated in this save as well, so we went down to these 4 teams, and we didn't make it through. Neither did Everton. They got relegated, and we just didn't get there in the end. Brentford will take on Man City in the final, and 3-1 victory, 4-2 over 2 legs. It's not bad, really. We did pretty good in Carabao Cup to get that far. And then the FA Cup 5th round, we were knocked out by Arsenal fairly easily. 2-0 victory for Arsenal. See you later. We're out the cup. But still, a very good season overall, though. Coming 7th in the Premier League in our first season back up there. We qualify for Europe again, which means more European football, which means more money to spend. In the finances, 57 million to spend again. Of course, Paddy Bamford's going out the door as well. That'll be an extra 15 million there as well. So we do have quite a bit of money to spend as we go now into season number 3. So yeah, it does turn out we actually got Europa League football this season for Leeds again, which is really good actually, considering we got so far. I'm guessing because the FA Cup got passed down as well for teams that have already made it through to the finals and already got qualification. We do now get a Europa League spot instead of that Conference League spot. So very good for Leeds. More European football and a high competition in the Europa League as well, which you do love to see. Money, we have 12 million left to spend, which means we've spent quite a lot of that money. Let's have a quick look at what we have actually been doing. So at the end of last season, we went and got Thales Magno. He came in for 11.75 million. The young Brazilian midfielder / striker. He's really good. He's very versatile. 50 grand a week. He looks solid already. Someone who can really help this team. Of course, we do have them 2 attacking wingers already and 2 strikers. So we do need more depth in those positions. We mentioned before Patrick Bamford's going to leave us. He left for 30 million in the end. And some more outgoings out the door as well. Brendan Anderson, of course, a bit loaned out. I haven't been using him. 12 million out the door. Robin Koch also loaned out. 10 million. He's at the door. Somerville, 8.25 million. He went out the door as well. And then a few other ones that we haven't really used and loaned out some of our youngsters there as well. In terms of people coming in, so far we're into Job Versessen from PSV on a free transfer. Useful little winger, good backup player. Well, he valued quite highly as well, money-wise as well. 24 years of age. Can be useful for the first team, but probably going to get him sold within a season or 2. Ben Godfrey, of course, Everton getting relegated. We did go there and poach some of their players straight away. 27 years of age now. Value quite highly. Still quite fast. Still pretty good as well. So I do like Ben Godfrey. Probably will use him for the next few seasons. And joining him was Nathan Patterson, also from Everton. Great full back. I mean, you're probably thinking, another right back. What is this guy doing? Another right back. But Patterson, I do believe, could be the future of this club. We went and got Matthias Cunha for 46 million then from Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's just really good. I do like Cunha this year in the game as well. He's very fast. He's very skillful. Good finishing. Good dribbling as well. So Cunha comes in possibly to be our new striker. And then Nathan Baxter on a free transfer. He's just a backup goalkeeper, honestly. There's not much more to say about him. Cup goalkeeper. 25 grand a week for a backup keeper probably isn't the best, really, but he's good enough quality to play if need be, but hopefully he will not have to. Season about to start. Looking pretty good. Let's see what happens during season number 3. Right, so we come back now for the end of season number 3, and we've absolutely shone again. It's absolutely ridiculous. Leeds had a great season. We'll come to this in a moment, but Premier League first is the big one really for us. We came 3rd in the Premier League already. It's absolutely insane. We were newly promoted last season. This season, we've come 3rd in the Premier League. We do have Champions League football returning to Ellen Road. In 38 games, we won 21, drawing 10, even. Losing 7 games of the season, scoring 77 goals, absolutely monster amount of goals. We did concede 41 though, which is a bit of a problem, but I mean, Liverpool conceded 40, Brighton 52. Suppose it isn't too bad, but Man U and Man City are just miles ahead of the pack right now. Narrowly beat Liverpool by 1 point. It's not bad really, but Champions League football will return to Ellen Road next season. Yeah, but the other ones. Where did it all go wrong? Let's go to the semi-final first. We got the Europa League semi-finals. It's Benfica, Monaco, Leipzig and Leeds left in it. We lost 4-3 in aggregate. We went away to Leipzig in the second leg and lost 4-1. It was a monster defeat, really. Not good enough from the boys. We do need to do better in that, hopefully, next time round. But, of course, next season, we're in the Champions League. The FA Cup, we won it. We won the FA Cup again. We beat Liverpool 5-2 in the final. And of course, new signing from last season, Talisman Magno, getting one here as well. Great ball through. Magno cheaps it over the keeper. 5-2 victory for Leeds United. And of course, the other competition was was the Carabao Cup. Quarterfinals this year. Not like Man City. I mean, Man City, we've seen how good they are. You can see on the league table. They lost 3 all season. We never stood a chance, realistically. But yeah, finances, 28 million in the bank. Not as much money this season, but of course, we're already a secure Premier League team by this point as well. Let's see if we can develop this team a little bit more now. And of course, our first season in the Champions League going into season number 4. Right, so we're back for the start of season number 4. Of course, we do start this year with the Community Shield yet again after winning the FA Cup. We will take on Manchester City, and I expect a bloodbath because Man City are still really, really good. You can see here, Vinicius Jr., Haaland, Bernardo Silva, Foden, De Bruyne, Rodri. I mean, Kimmich joined them. Did they really need Joshua Kimmich right now in this team? I don't think so, but I mean, fair play. The team looks absolutely insane. There's no wonder they're winning Premier League titles quite easily in this save so far. Pre-season was pretty good as well. Like Dortmund, who's got a draw there. We beat Solihull Moors. You should probably expect that realistically. A bit of a spoiler there for who we've signed. Sevilla, we beat 2-0, and then we beat AZ Alkmaar 6-0. So pre-season, we looked pretty damn strong. But let's jump in. There's all important transfers. So let's get started. The end of last season first. Who else came in? We got Romeo Lavia in for 15 million. He came in, looks pretty darn good, and hopefully he can be one of our star boys in this save. 22 years of age. He looks pretty useful. Lavia looks pretty darn useful. Transfers out from the club. Any big sales? The big one, Talisman Magno. We just showed you the goal. He's done really good, and then straight away Bayern Munich came and grabbed him straight away. So he didn't have much time here at all. We bought him for 11 million, had one season, sold for 44 million off to Bayern Munich. So a bit of money made there, which you'd love to see. Sinisterra and Gnonto being the big ones as well. They both went over to Saudi Arabia for 60 million combined for both Sinisterra and Gnonto. They both leave the club. Fitz Jim, someone might use for the future possibly. He's going out for 13 million. Charlie Cresswell for 12 million. Firpo went for 6 million. Lewis Bate went for 5 million. Josh Brownhill went for 4.8 million. Sam Greenwood left for 4.2. I had faith in him being our next big boy striker, but you'll see. We have replaced him. The big one, actually, Stuart Dallas, going out for 800k, but he's 35 now. He's lost his pace. He's lost his legs. He didn't do good last season, really. I mean, last season played every game. Got 1 assist, so he's definitely lost his legs by this point. So he went out the door, and then we started the rebuild. First in, striker, free transfer for Beto, of course, joined Everton in real life recently, but I do love this striker in FM, and he's going to be our main guy leading the line now. 6'4", he's pacey, he's got good finishing, good technicals. I really just like this guy, honestly. He's really, really good. This will be the interesting one. Calvin Phillips has returned to Leeds United, but not via Man City. He went to Liverpool for 27 million, first. Had 2 seasons there. Hadn't played a lot, 21 games last season, and then 35 million was enough to attract him for Champions League football back to Ellen Road. At 30 years of age, Calvin Phillips returns to Leeds United. Number 7 now, and he still looks really, really good in game. Cole Palmer's the next one, got a free transfer coming in from Man City. Wasn't being used there, and for 24 years of age, he's still really, really good. So Cole Palmer joins us, and joining him also from Man City was Oscar Bob. Next up, one of my favourite defenders to use in FM24. Sorry, FM23. FM24 is not even out yet. But how can I find FM24? Whoa. Where do you think you're going? Have you already purchased your copy of FM24? If you haven't already purchased it, follow the link down below in the bio, and you can get the game for just £35 and 5 pence by using the code MURPH24 at checkout. Head over to Fanatical, the link's down below. Click that link and then put in at the checkout MURPH24. You can get the game for just £35 and 5 pence. One absolute bargain. They're probably the cheapest place you can find FM24 this year. So get down there and do that right now. But yeah, Benoit Balaishile, one of my favourite defenders to use in FM23. Absolutely insane. He wins headers for days and scores set pieces galore. Hopefully, he'll get a lot more in this coming season. Moni Madueke came in then for 11 million, also from Chelsea. Good backup winger for us. Probably won't start much, but 125 grand a week. You'd like to hope he's starting more as a fringe player. Probably not, but it's a lot of money to pay for Noni. We'll see how he gets on. To join Beto up front, I need a new striker. So we went to Italy and got Scamacca, of course. Did work out from West Ham, went to Atalanta. Now he's back, and hopefully he can be the main guy. 6'5" and 6'4" striker force together as well. Things you love to see in Football Manager. And then we went to Liverpool, of course, as well, and took Cody Gakpo to add that extra bit of depth out wide. Probably be a starter. 27 years of age, still looks really, really good in game. And this team is coming together absolutely beautiful. I mean, if we go into the team now and select our actual best 11, you see now Gakpo, Vieira. Same for Tarson's going to start up front with Cunha, but I mean, we've just brought in Beto, so probably have Beto there more likely. More likely going to have Scamacca in this role as well then, if you find him. There he is. Chuck him in there. Something like these, Lavia, Calvin Phillips. The defence doesn't look as strong as it could be possibly, but I mean, Paddy Shalewy, of course, coming into this role now as well. So the defence is slowly coming along now, and it's looking very, very strong. I'm quite happy with this team now. Of course, using the FM23 overload formation. It's looking solid. Download the tactic down below as well if you haven't tried that before. Go test it out. You've seen what it's done in this rebuild already, so it's already doing a lot of bits for us. So it's probably worth trying it in your size. But that's the team. Let's see what happens during season number 4. So, season number 4 in the bag. We're back now with Leeds United. You can see the league table. We'll jump into that momentarily because we couldn't do much more than last year. We didn't do bad. We qualified for Champions League football, 71 points, level with Man City. Arsenal actually won the league this year on 79 points, oddly enough, as well. But it's been quite an interesting season to see us get Champions League football yet again. But again, I would like to get on third again or a bit higher up. But I mean, we're still in Champions League football, and this team is competing with Man City, Man United, and Arsenal, which is really, really good at this point. Everton being the odd one here as well. Everton were relegated 2 years ago. And they're back. They're doing really basically. They're back up here already, and they've got European football already, which is insane to see. But yeah, you see now, Leeds United in total 38 games, 121, drawing 8, losing 9 all season, scored 73 goals. We did score more goals than Man United up in second there, but we conceded a lot more goals and 48 goals conceded. We're still conceding a lot of goals. We're quite weak in defence, it does seem still. So maybe that'd be where we spend the money this season. Financially, 17 million, so not much more to spend really, but there is more silverware to talk about. Of course, it wasn't the Community Shield. We lost 1-0, which is not bad to Man City, really. A Phil Foden goal was enough to see Man City win that one, but we did win the Carabao Cup, beating Everton 1-0. It's quite a quiet affair as your Vertessen's goal here early on in 16 minutes here. Ball from Gakpo. Vertessen runs for on goal, puts it around the keeper, and that was enough to still lift the FA Cup. Sorry, not the FA Cup, it's definitely the Carabao Cup. But you know what I was getting at. You know what I was getting at. These domestic trophies, they're all the same anyway. But yeah. Trophy 1, another bit of silverware in the bag. Champions League football in the bag again for Leeds United. The team's looking solid. We're quite happy with how we're looking. Let's go ahead to the start now of season number 5, our final year of this rebuild. And let's see what we can do in the final year here at Leeds United. Right, so we're back for the start of season number 5. Now, the season's actually already started with West Ham and Sheffield United. Sheffield United beating West Ham in the opening game of the season, but we playing today against Liverpool. Of course, last season, won the Carabao Cup. European football confirmed, great, but we even did better in the league, getting 4th place and getting Champions League football again. But we had some money to spend, and what did we do with all that money? We actually bought in a player at the end of last season. Actually, it was in January. I forgot to mention it last time out. Michael Murray came in. He's our first new gen of the save. He looks pretty good, to be fair. Good crossing, good acceleration, good left-back option, really. English player as well. Hopefully, he can be someone going forward that really develops in this final season. We can really, really use him. Players at the door. Let's go on this one first, and shall we? Cole Palmer left already. Saudi Arabia keep nicking all of our players. We bought Cole Palmer in on a free transfer. Had one season with 12 appearances. Went out the door for 32 million over the Saudi Arabia. See you later, Cole. Enjoy Saudi Arabia. Lucas Asadi, who we bought in the first season, went to PAOK for 10 million. Shackleton went for 4.2. Oscar Bob left us for the one season as well for 3.5 million. Cody Drummond to Sheffield United. Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield fans, don't get mad at me, Sheffield Wednesday United fans, because I got you mixed up. It happens. Sheffield Wednesday, he went for 2.9 million. Timothy Pemembe, who we bought in that first season, left for 2 million. Transfers for us, obviously we didn't have much money to spend, and we made a bit from Cole Palmer, but it all went into Sergio Gomez to come in and be our starting left back or left winger. He's been really good in this game this year. I like using him, so I thought let's go get him in. He came in for a bit of a fit, 24 million, and then Andrew Robertson came in for another left back option. We just thought this year, like we've done right backs for the whole season, let's do 3 left backs this time around. So Andy Robertson, 33 years of age now, he comes in after leaving Liverpool on a free transfer, and then Ibrahim Sangaré came in from PSV. He's been leaving a few clubs in real life, back where he's going to go to next, but Sangaré is a really good talent over at PSV, so we've made the snatch now and took him here over to Leeds United for this season. So the money's all been spent. There's 25 million to go, but I don't think we'll spend much more. They might improve somewhere, maybe, who knows, but you'll see that come at the end of the season. But looking good, I'm quite happy. Champions League football on the occasion as well this time around as well. Can we do better in the Champions League? Can we get to a final? Probably not, but if we can get out the groups and have a good show in there, I'm quite happy. But the Prem is the main focus this year. We've looked strong, finishing quite high the last few seasons. Can we go and get, let's say, top 3 again for this final season? Let's see what we can do in season number 5. So, season number 5 is in the bag for Leeds United, and we won the Premier League. I mean, I don't know how we've done it, honestly. You can see here now on screen, Leeds United, Premier League champions in just 5 years. In 38 games, we won 26, drawing 7, losing only 5 games all season. That's absolutely insane for Leeds. Only losing 5 games all season. The Chelsea, Everton, Man U, Man City losing 5-3, and great really, and Arsenal 2-1. Scoring 105 goals, putting 10 past Fulham. Wolves put 9 past them. Even the Baggies put 9 past them as well. So you love to see that as a Birmingham City fan, getting goals against Wolves and the Baggies. But yeah, a great season for Leeds as we win the Premier League in just 5 seasons after starting in the Sky Bet Championship. On 105 goals as well. Only 3 points clear of Arsenal, who they've absolutely bottled it at the end of here, haven't they, realistically? You can see here, they lost to City, then draw against Bournemouth, Wolves, Sheffield United and West Ham. Arsenal bottling Premier League campaigns. Who'd have thought it? So in terms of the competitions this season round, Carabao Cup, we got to the quarterfinals, we've been knocked out by Chelsea. The FA Cup, the 4th round by Arsenal, and we got to the round of 16 before being knocked out by AC Milan in that one. Going out 3-1 aggregate in the end. It was a good showing, but I mean, we can't expect to do everything right now. But the fact we've won the Premier League, I would take that all day long. This Leeds team has managed to bag the Premier League trophy. And the best one being here as well. Erling Haaland, 33 goals, is still an absolute machine. Of course, he's 5 years and he's still going to be an absolute machine. But Beto bagged 26 in his debut season. What a season for him. An average rating of 7.47 as well. And assists, Sergio Gomez, 24 in his first season. You love to see that. Fabio Vieira getting 15. He's been really good throughout this whole save to fair. We bought him in quite early doors with his save. And every season, like 8, 6, 15 assists, got a couple of goals every season as well. He's looked really, really good indeed. But Beto, we mentioned there, got 31 goals this season. Balichile as well was the big one. We said that Balichile, he's going to get a lot of goals this season from set pieces. He bagged 24 goals from set pieces. He loves a header. He absolutely loves a header. Oh, we didn't mention as well, this wonder kid guy called Endrick came on loan for the season as well from Real Madrid. Pretty good, pretty darn good. We bought him in the season. He played 40 games, bagged 20 goals, 7 assists. We had that money left over. That's where that money that was left over went straight into a loan to bring Endrick in for the season. Cunha did a pretty good season as well, 16 goals, 7 assists. Gakpo, 11 assists, 13 goals. Fabio Vieira mentioned already, 16 assists for him again this season. Pretty good season. Oh, and Jadon Sancho, that's another one we bought in as well. We mentioned that money was left over. These are the two that came in. Jadon Sancho came in and he got 22 appearances in the Premier League, getting 4 assists, 1 goal. It's not bad really, but of course, he's in real life. He wants Man United. We took him to Leeds United. Go to your rivals, Leeds United. Why the devil not? And Endrick, great first season here. I mean, he's only on loan, so we probably won't see him again next season, but not bad for Leeds United because we managed to win the Premier League. So thank you for watching this Leeds United rebuild. I hope you enjoyed the rebuild. We managed to get Leeds United a couple of trophies along the way there. Carabao Cup and FA Cup. Did quite well in Europe and even won the Premier League title in just 5 seasons. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you're liking this video and of course subscribing to the channel. You can see a full list of our other videos on screen right now. And of course, if you want to see some other content here on the channel, there's a playlist right to the side of me right now.